Hello, welcome to Breath of the Wild with yours truly, Archer, at the helm.
And Demon, I'm not playing it. I'm not playing the game this time.
Yeah, for once, it's me controlling the fate of
Of Link this time.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I like this game a lot. This is definitely one of my favorite Zelda games, if not my absolute favorite. So
Which I do know this game also has a lot of mixed opinions from what I've seen in the fan base. Like this is a game you either love or you hate. A lot of people who either say they like it or they just don't care for it.
yeah, I haven't heard too many people say it's absolutely terrible.
People say people hate it. I'm just like people just don't care for it.
Yeah. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's definitely one of my favorites.
To me, my favorite's still Skyward Sword HD or Breath of the Wild. I mean, no, Wind Waker HD.
There we go. Yeah, that one's also a very very close second. If it doesn't beat this.
So you want to tell them what you're gonna do for this game, like I did for when I explained how I was gonna tackle Bug Fables?
So this game is huge. Like you, there is a particular reason why 100% completion people aren't a fan of these types of games, because it's not feasible that they can be like, completed in one A to B sitting.
So what do you want to put your standards for this Let's Play of it? Like, what do you want to explain what you're going to do for it?
Okay. It's not gonna. It's not like a speed one. I'm not gonna go straight to Ganon and fight him. I'm not gonna do that. I definitely want to do all the divine beasts. I want to fill out the map. I definitely want to do that. I want to do
Meet everyone, I'm guessing.
I don't remember the name of the town, but there's a town that you actually build from scratch.
See, I haven't played much of Breath of the Wild. I only got to the Sheikah village where you meet Impa.
Okay,
that's as far as I got it. Everything else is blind to me.
Okay, there's. I think you're in for a good journey then.
People don't realize I am blind to this game because I don't really watch a lot of Let's Players play this certain Zelda game. From what I'm told, this one's really it takes a lot more time to do than a lot of other Zelda games.
Yes, it's definitely. I heard someone describe it this way. It's a really, really good game in general, but it's not a good Zelda game.
That's what I put in a lot of other games. I put Resident Evil 5 not a good Resident Evil game. I put Dead Rising 4 as not a good Dead Rising game.
Yeah. So here we have the Sheikah Slate that everyone describes as a phone or a gamepad or whatever. Who cares?
I call it a MacGuffin.
A MacGuffin. That's a MacGuffin.
Because it just does everything.
Yeah.
And it looks like a Switch, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's why they made it look like that.
Yeah, I mean, I can only get. I don't know what the designers at Nintendo were thinking sometimes.
But then again, this was also designed before the Nintendo Switch, so this could just be a Wii U gamepad reference.
That's true.
Well-worn trousers.
Well-worn trousers?
You got pants.
Here we have a shirt. Old shirt. Okay, and I'm not gonna.
You're gonna run naked.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put on clothing. Not just because I have some form of actual decency, but also because it's
I know the first part
difficult to play this without any kind of defense.
I know. I went for the first part where you had to go into the cold winter hills in this in the first tutorial location.
Yeah, and there are a few ways to go about that. You can either cook a bunch of food.
That's what I did.
Yeah, they'll get you up the mountain, or you can get a specific clothing item that will help you to get up there.
Are you gonna try to get the pot from the old man?
The what?
If you cook his certain food, you can get his cooking pot to just bring anywhere. Yeah, there's a small location in the first area where you find his little hut with a pot.
I mean, I don't know of a cooking pot that you can bring with you. I've never heard of that.
He says that if you cook his special meal, he'll give you his pot.
Cook a special meal.
I'll go if you get around there. I'll show you because I saw that my first time. Then again, you know me. I go everywhere and just explore everything.
Okay, yeah, I've definitely played this more than you, but there's
There's a difference between our gameplay and of each other's gameplay and what we do.
Well, yeah, and like just because and like just like in the spirit of this game and how huge it is, like there's like bound to be like plenty of stuff that I've never seen or never heard about. Like even after all this time.
But I love this one shot. This shot.
Yes, it's such a beautiful shot when you like.
This is Hyrule, right?
Yes, this is Hyrule, and like I always get confused whenever people accuse this game of having kind of the same Zelda story, and I kind of see where they're coming from. But I kind of like this because like it's
structured differently.
Yes, it's structured a little differently. Like yes, Zelda is captured and she needs to be rescued and whatnot, but like
it's more of a failed attempt at fighting Ganon than
yes, which I love
because you never really failed it against Ganon. This is all based on you fucked up. It failed up in a previous time.
Yep. The entirety of Hyrule failed, and we're pretty much trying to climb from the ashes, and you like walking around and seeing like some like ruins of cities. Like, in my opinion, sells that really well.
I think there are like one or two really good cities like still built, like the Sheikah city, or the village. I mean,
yeah, there are pretty much the further out a city is from the castle itself. The more, like, intact it is. Like, around Hyrule Castle itself, specifically, there's a lot of, like, ruins where you can tell where there used to be, like, a city there, like, some form of building.
Are you ever able to come back here after this tutorial place?
Yep. You can come back here anytime.
Oh, because I always thought it was, like, how do you climb back up? Because it seems like it's a floating location.
Fast travel.
Keep forgetting this game has fast travel.
Yeah, of course you could manually climb the huge cliffside that this place is on.
Well, stranger, it's rather unusual to see another soul in these parts. Me, I'll spare you my life story. Just an old fool has lived here alone for quite some time now. What brings a bright-eyed young man like you to a place like this? Answering a question with a question. Are you one of those people? That's fair enough. As I cannot imagine our meeting to be a simple coincidence, I shall tell you. This is the Great Plateau. According to legend, this is the birthplace. Okay.
Sorry, I hit it too fast.
I'm also really giant.
Yes, he's very tall.
How tall is Link?
Either he's very tall or Link is like the smallest bean.
I always heard he's like 5'2" or 5'4". You know, Link.
Yeah, just like the short lad.
He's shorter than average men.
Yeah. He's compact.
Then again, he's like an elf.
Yeah.
Even since the decline of the kingdom 100 years ago, it has sat abandoned in a state of decay. Yet another forgotten entity, a mere ghost of its former self. I shall be here for some time. Please let me know if I may be of service.
Take.
Baked apple.
Oh, I'm newly baked apple. You can't just take it whenever you please. Go into people's houses and break their vases.
Perhaps.
Forgive me, I could not resist pulling your leg. Please help yourself. An apple in an open flame make for a succulent treat.
Okay, I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna make a few apples.
And maybe some mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I always got confused with this type of cooking mechanic. When I always see this, I always thought you just press it and you can cook it, not this way.
So what you're thinking of is to do it with a
pot.
I want to listen and cook. Is to do it with a pot, but you can also additionally just like throw it on an open flame and let like individual ingredients cook.
Are you gonna fill out the recipe book?
No. A lot of different recipes.
Just help yourself to that torch there, and how may I ask how you plan to use it?
It's a secret.
Probably as a weapon, actually.
Initiative. However, that is probably best used to light fires. If you need a weapon, you can find something better.
Just light the damn thing. Many beasts roam the land past this point.
You can take my axe with you, if you please, assuming you can find it. If you're not just swinging around without purpose, you must face your opponents and lock your sights on them.
Yep, Z targeting and.
Are you gonna find the axe?
Yeah, it's like right here.
Oh.
Yep.
I keep.
It's right here.
What cutter's axe?
Yeah, it's actually a very weak axe.
So, what else do you want to talk about right now when we're going first part of the game?
So I want to talk about sound design. So I want you to listen very closely to like the way Link walks with the axe on his back.
I can hear a tiny clink with the axe.
Mm-hmm. And you'll notice that there's a difference if I equip something else.
I don't hear anything. Or I can hear a slight tap on the torch.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
Mm-hmm. Like, all of that is intentional. And, like... Oh, yeah, Zelda's telling us to go to a point in the map.
Like, stop jumping around like an idiot.
Yeah. Thankfully, the game only tells you this once instead of repeatedly.
Yeah.
After that, kind of just lets me wander around as much as I want. And, like, another thing about that is... Inventory. That's not just based on, like, how...
Fast you're running, fast you're moving, or just moving in general.
Yeah. Like, there's a difference between, like, you know, how it sounds when I'm walking very slowly, or when I'm doing a full-on, like, you know, sprint. And the thing about that, it's not just, like, different edited versions of the same recording. They actually recorded themselves handling, like, you know, equipment differently.
Yeah.
And, like, different sound waves.
Now let's keep going ahead while we're talking about this.
That is something that I, you know, genuinely love.
Oh, from my knowledge, the Boblin changed design so many times over the years of this in this series.
Perfect dodge.
Or am I wrong?
Toss.
Oh, there goes the axe.
Nah, it's fine. I don't need it.
So, what about enemy variety? Never the Zelda series strong suit?
Not really. I mean, there's enough enemy variety that you know, have to be aware of who you're fighting, because it, you know, is a little different, but, like, you know, it's not like there's, like... I mean, it's better enemy variety than Mario. I'll say that.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing I saw people talked about when we talked about Zelda on the Bug Fable series. They're saying this is basically Skyrim Zelda. How do you think about that?
I mean, it's a fair analysis. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to this club.
Also, the ragdoll.
Yeah, the ragdolling enemies are really
I always love it when a game adds ragdoll physics.
Yeah.
Just see him flop around. Oh, we're at church.
It's more of a temple. A church is more of a gathering of people. A temple is the building itself. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Stamina wheel. Yeah, this game also handles stamina a lot better than Skyward Sword did.
Can you upgrade stamina here?
You can upgrade stamina.
Maybe that makes it why it's so much better. That you can't do that in Skyward Sword.
Yeah, but the catch is finding additional hearts, like getting heart containers. It's the same way that you get stamina, and you'll see what I mean by that later.
You get to choose.
Yeah.
Because I went that far at least.
Choose between more stamina or more health.
And you know me, I'm a guy who needs more health.
Yeah, I kind of like more stamina actually.
Being able to run away from fights more better, or just run around in general.
Yeah, well, like, and be able to do combat better as well, because being able to do combat really well takes a lot of stamina.
So, how do you compare this combat to other Zeldas?
It's a lot more fluid. I like this Zelda's combat a lot. I like being able to do the perfect dodges and the perfect blocks and the reflecting with the shields that
The combat here seems a lot less puzzle based and more reaction based.
Yeah, which I like personally.
Unlike my two favorite Zeldas, Wind Waker and Skyward Sword, they are very. You got to do a specific way to fight these characters.
Yeah, which is also good. Like, there's a way you can do that that's very good and nice and fluid and it feels good, and those games do that really well. But like I also like being able to go up to enemies and annihilate them purely based off my own skill that I've acquired.
Also, I think a lot of people would know know these things if you played the game before. The Guardians.
Mm-hmm. Guardians, yep. They are still as terrifying now as when I first played this.
Even after all the updates and fixes and patches.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're terrifying and
Ooh.
horrific because that's how they're designed. And like, I can when we find one,
I know there's one that's just stationed as just an eye at somewhere where you gotta do stealth.
Yeah, there are different types of Guardians.
I hate those ones.
Another thing about sound, though, is the music. I love the music in this game simply because it's so simple, and like that's a criticism that people give this game. That like
it's ambience, or
yeah. People don't like the ambiance for some reason.
To me, ambience works well when it's done right.
Yeah.
If you just got ambient music for something that it doesn't need it, then there's an issue. But this game has a lot of those sit down moments. You just gotta listen.
Yeah, and it's very intentional, well done ambiance, because the piano notes that you're hearing aren't just like
piano.
They're not just like random piano notes from like some scale. They are fragments of past Zelda field themes.
Ah.
And there are, many videos that I could
bring up
that like, explain that a lot better than I could.
And this is a big contrast to our other Let's Play, which is Bugface, which has just music just for any certain thing that's just feels like a spectacle. This game is very ambient, while our other game we played is very atmospheric. I mean, very spectacle-y.
Yeah. And,
both games do it right.
Yep.
And that's what I was getting at. If you switch both soundtracks with each other, it would not fit.
Yep. It probably wouldn't. Okay, I need a shield. I'd like to fight with a shield. In, like, any game. But I don't know where one is.
You don't like watching me play games like this, then. You never do.
Okay, I should probably go towards the icon because I'm gonna want a map to work with. I keep trying to use my paraglider because you have it for like 99% of the game, but
you don't get it until after you finish its whole place.
Yeah.
So a lot of people do complain that the game feels a bit too open, where it just doesn't help you at all.
I don't really feel that at all personally. Also, there's a. Did I open the chest here? Oh yeah, I just didn't equip the thing. The new pants. There we go. Better pants.
So we're playing this after the whole Breath of the Wild 2 stuff has been happening. So, what do you feel about that?
I think it's going to be very exciting. I'm very curious about the future of Zelda, whether or not like
they're just going to go with this stuff now. Instead.
Yeah, and I would be fine with that. Like I have a lot of respect for the old Zelda formula, as flawed as people claim it is.
Again, my two favorite Zeldas are games based on that.
Mm-hmm. You can headshot, by the way. It's cool.
And a lot of the most loved Zelda games are like that as well.
Yeah, and I hate to change topics so suddenly, but we were talking before about how how reaction based the combat is a lot, but like there are some puzzle elements. For example, I can do that, and oh wait, nope, I need to do the other one. There we go. What? No, it didn't break. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I can do this. Wait, come on. Wait, no. Okay, well, I'm not doing it. I'm doing it very well. But the idea is you shoot an arrow at the thing and it falls on the explosive things, and then you make them all explode.
Oh, take that man's shield.
Yeah, I need the... And I died.
Days that ended on.
Yeah, the deaths are very funny in the movie. I thought I was dodging.
You thought you were being
dodged
clever
very
too
well.
with that puzzle.
Yeah, and I'm not showing off my skill very well so far.
So we want to go back to talking about the what do you think about the future of Zelda?
Right.
Don't forget you don't have the paraglider.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. I'm not.
Isn't it supposed to come off?
Yeah, it is. I'm not hitting the rope though. I keep hitting just the cage itself. Yeah, I would need to get closer.
Yeah,
You know what?
I think you're on a wrong angle.
I'm just gonna go somewhere else. So yeah, the future of Zelda. I would think I would miss though the old Zelda format if the rest of the games were like this, but it would be like a bittersweet because this is a very nice game. So it would be. I think it would be better for the series as a whole.
I mean, look what Mario did.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we aren't getting Odyssey 2 yet. Already Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is already getting its sequel. Oh, that explosion looks beautiful.
Yeah, Zelda explosions are always nice.
They're always so stylized based on the actual art style of the game, and it's so good.
Yeah, pick up some free meat.
Seared steak.
Yep, another weapon because I'll probably.
This somehow
eat it.
survived.
Okay, this is gonna break my club, but I want to open this thing. And it still didn't open. You know what? Okay.
Why not just throw it like before?
Yeah, just throw it against a wall, like a smart person. What?
No wonder it survived the explosion.
And there's something in it. Okay, amazing. My favorite. I have all these sticks. Okay.
So people don't know about this, but you're using gyro controls.
I'm using gyro control.
You want to tell?
That's just what feels natural to me personally. I think there's a lot of people that don't. Gyro controls just like a lot of times just like don't mesh with some people.
It's the same way that people always complain about motion controls.
Yeah, and yeah, gyro controls is like a type of motion controls, you could say. But it feels so natural to me. I think partly because all the Splatoon that I've played, which does also give you the choice of using gyro controls or not. But
then there's also goes the difference between our gameplay.
I like being able to be like super precise with my shots.
And then
when I feel like with just the stick, like I can't be as precise.
Yeah, but then it goes back to our difference in gameplay. I'm a guy who doesn't use gyro controls for anything. He sees me try to use it and I just can't.
Yep. It's quite the spectacle.
Oh, there's your shield.
Shield, finally. So do you know about shield surfing in this game?
You go fast enough down a hill, you can use it.
Yep.
I wonder who was the first person who discovered this, because it doesn't seem like you get an actual tutorial on shield surfing.
You meet a guy, or there's a guy that you can find, or not. You might just never see him. That tells you about shield surfing, which I think is fine because it's not a super like critical like game function. You can play the entire game and be fine and never know about shield surfing. But
unless they made a side quest all about shield surfing against people.
Yeah, but like but when those pop up and they'll tell you about shield surfing and make sure you know how to do it. And they'll ask like, do you know how to shield surf?
I always like the Sheikah symbol.
Yeah. It's nicely designed.
Sorry, people, you're not going to hear much dialogue from me. I know almost nothing about the Zelda world itself or anything. Again, I only played like 3 Zelda games.
Yeah, I am quite the Zelda fan. Unapologetically.
See, I'm a Bomberman guy who played every Bomberman game. He's the Zelda guy who played almost every Zelda.
I wouldn't say almost every Zelda. There's a good chunk that I haven't played.
That's what I'm saying, almost.
A lot of the old ones in particular.
No CDIs?
No, I haven't played. No. I haven't played. I have in fact not played the CDIs.
Want me to emulate them so we can have some fun?
No.
Wait, I forgot. Emulation's bad. Grr, it's icky. And you can get sued for it.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Great Plateau Tower.
But I bought the game. I just want to play it on another system.
Yeah, which, the legality and morality of that can be, talked about, but, probably not here.
Again, I bought the game. I can do anything I want with it now.
Right, so map. So
this is a big, starting map. Like, the area you're in. Oh. I thought
yeah, we are that dot. That yellow dot. But if you think that's a big map, the map as a whole is also quite huge. And I'll show you it after this.
Oh, it's Disney World.
Disney World.
No, what? You see, this is what happens when Disney took everything from us. Oh my god. What do you think about this world? This world's Ganon, like this kind of Ganon.
It's definitely harkening back more towards the more beast-like Ganon from the older games.
Yeah.
They definitely touch on the fact that Ganondorf, which is a specific incarnation of Ganon, being
this man, or
what's the name of the race that Ganondorf is? Where he's
Grotto.
the only male. Yeah, Gerudo.
Yeah, Gerudo.
Yeah. Of being, a Gerudo in the past, but it's not super clear whether or not this specific Ganon
was it the king?
Was a Gerudo, or whether or not it's just the spirit of Ganon. It's not super.
We know, but we do know there is Gerudo here. Have they ever talked about having a king before all this? Any history? Maybe that would have helped.
Yeah, the history of this specific version of Hyrule isn't really talked about. That is an element of the story that I agree
is a miss.
Could be criticized. Yeah,
because they made this giant world so much stuff, but didn't really explain a lot of the history behind it.
Yeah, there's a lot that you can find. In terms of environmental storytelling, but as cool as environmental storytelling is, it can only get you so far.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of implication and headcanon for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't mind us not reading all of this, people.
Sorry.
No, I don't know if we should, because we already do a lot of that for bug favors, and I don't know if we want to do it for 2 full games, all text heavy.
Ah, right. Well, this game isn't super text heavy.
If you don't mind me asking, did anything odd occur while you were atop the tower? Well, now, a voice, you say?
And did you happen to recognize this mysterious voice?
You fucking liar. Do you know the only girl, only female princess we have in this entire area?
What, you don't think Nintendo would introduce, a new, lead female character?
They don't do it with Mario. They don't do it with a lot of series.
Legend of Zelda with no Zelda present.
If you thought the name was confusing enough already.
Charlie's from the castle, yeah.
We'll call it Legend of Link. Doesn't sell.
Legend of Zelda. The Leg of Zed. Okay.
Oh, this is Calamity Ganon. 100 years ago, that violent entity brought the kingdom of Hyrule to ruin. It appeared suddenly and destroyed everything in its path. So many innocent lives were lost in its wake. For a century, that were symbols of our kingdom. Hyrule Castle has managed to contain that evil, but just barely. It festers, building its strength for the moment it will unleash its blight upon the land once again. It would appear that moment is fast approaching. What are you looking at? I must ask you, courageous one, do you intend to make your way to the castle?
I don't know, I might gallivant a while. Do a little gallivanting.
You need not say a word, your eyes reveal the determination within you. You're filled with determination.
Link's just I wonder what I should have for lunch today.
Determination says it all. You're on this isolated plateau. We are surrounded by on all the sides of a steep cliff with no way down. I don't know. The most I'm pretty sure we can. He's like, I can make that. Want to see me do a flip?
Yeah, there are like some like speedrunner skips that you can do, but like, meh.
Push a rock down and land right on top of it while it falls.
That's tricky to do. That's
It'd be fun.
good idea, but very difficult execution. Because I can tell you because I've tried it.
Oh wow. Of course, if you had a paraglider like mine, that would be quite another story.
Hand it over.
Oh, certainly, why not? But there's no such thing as a free item in this world, you know. Wait, where are you going? Where are you going?
Gib.
Let's see now. How about I trade it for a bit of treasure that slumbers nearby?
The isolated plateau.
Come, let me show you something. And that'll be done up for episode 1.
Yep. See you guys next time.